In this video, we're going to take a quick look at the employee module. If you need to see this video in a bigger view, make sure you click the full screen button below the video to the right hand side. Before I go into the employee module, I just want to show you here that the note here says that I can access all the employee records. The reason that I can is because I'm logged in as a local admin. For your records, anyone that's logged in other than a local admins can see everything. Any other privileged set would see their own record only. Okay, so we're going to go to the employee module. We can see the list of all the employees, and I'm going to open my record. I'm logged in as the designer. You can see here on the profile tab at the top we have kind of a header information here. So we have the status, the employment type, their hire dates, all of that kind of information. And then to the left hand side we have the authority and authorizations. The authority is where you can control what forms they can sign and what they can do with the in-first reporting. And the authorizations are the specific modules in StationSMARTS that they can maintain. So are they able to create and delete duty roster records, training records, system setup, that kind of thing. The personal contact information is where you're going to store the employee specific information. The personal contact information is also what StationSMARTS uses whenever it sends out a broadcast, so you want to make sure that that information stays up to date. The private tab is where you're going to record their driver's license information, and this is also where they can store a signature and where you can maintain how they access StationSMARTS, whether or not they have the ability to log in or not. The equipment and allowances tab is where you can store equipment assigned to the employee. So this is just some examples of fire axe, oxygen unit. You can put in when it expires, and you can also put in their classification, their condition. So, you know, we could say it was brand new when we gave it to them. Give a little note there. The apparatus assignment. This is actually a assignment that's like a default for the roster. So anytime you create the roster and you grab the group that this employee is assigned to, the roster is going to bring over their name and also bring over their apparatus assignment if it's defined. Now it can get changed in the roster, that's totally fine, but this is just like a default. So if they usually come in and hop on E4, then you want E4 to be in their assignment, so it just saves you assignment time in the roster. We also have the clothing expenses option here. So this is if you assign an allowance and allow your firefighters to purchase their own equipment as long as they stay under the allowance amount. So you can see right now for this fiscal year, I have bought, well, it says test, so let's go ahead and put in here that I purchased some boots. And we'll say they were $20. So you can see it's showing the total expense is $20 and I still have $430 left. The training tab is where all of your training information is going to get stored from the training module and from the training in service. This is your employee's training record. The left-hand side is able to be edited only by a local admin, and the right-hand side is where the employee themselves can actually place stuff that they've done outside of the department. So if they went to college, they did a college class on maybe how to use Excel, and that was useful for their work, you know, whatever, then they can post that here as something that they did that was employee initiated. Everything else here that's listed here gets posted from the training module or the training and service option. The Certs and Dates tab is where you're going to define all of their certifications and when they expire. And this is just where you're going to maintain it. Now, quick note, the information console allows you to surf through all of your certifications, all of your driver's licenses, when they expire, all of that. So you can keep track of those items through the information console. But here, this is where you're going to actually maintain it. So if you need to change a date, update any of the certifications, then you're going to do it in this view. And the information console will just bring you back here if you need to do that. Also, the dated items tracking is where you would be able to track important dates like promotions, hired, paperwork that was filled out, birth dates, anything like that. And then we have the medical injury tab. This is just a place for you to store allergies. You can store blood type. So if we wanted to put in here, you know, that this person was AB positive, then we could do that. You could also store an emergency contact for medical issues here if we needed to. And then the last tab is our documents tab. Now this is not a totally protected tab because the employee themselves can see these documents, and also anyone that's logged in as a local admin would be able to come to this record to be able to view this. So if something you have that's documentation that's especially private, shouldn't be posted here. But any other items that you don't mind the employee themselves or other local admins to view can get posted here for the employee. This has been a very quick overview of the employee module. If you're interested in more information on StationSMARTS or on the employee module itself, please feel free to take a look at our YouTube channel for more in-depth videos. Also, if you'd like to know when we've posted a new video, you can click the subscribe button and also click the little bell to receive notifications.